despite it's absolutely freezing outside these days.
It is freezing, hey? So cold.
It's nippy enough, but luckily enough, I've one of these fleecy numbers from OutsideIn. I see you have a wee hat from them as well.
Yes.
Where can I get myself one of those?
Well, say if you'd like to get something from OutsideIn, you can do so and get 15% off with our discount code HTCOI15. If you haven't heard OutsideIn, they're a Belfast-based streetwear brand where every item of clothing you get, they also give an item of clothing to a homeless person to help with homelessness. It's called Wear One, Share One. And there's an event coming up that Ross is going to tell you about.
Yeah, OutsideIn are having an event at the Man Shack in Belfast on the 12th of December. It's called Oi Famine Friends Day, where basically anybody in the Belfast area experiencing homelessness can come to this event. You'll get things like a haircut, food, some new clothes, all that good stuff. So anybody that goes on to the OutsideIn website, anything that you purchase up until the 12th will go towards that event. And if you are a brand watching this and you want to get involved, there will be an email in the description of this podcast. So if you want to shoot them across an email and see how you can help out in any way, that would be great. And yeah, the code is HTCOI15 and you'll get 15% off.
Wow.
Deals.
Nice.
Let's get into the podcast. Do you think physical shops still need to...
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because a lot of people would
Retail
say,
is
you know...
best, mate.
Yeah.
I think especially if you're a business, it's like the experience.
Not just compared with porn. Do you rather watch porn or do you rather watch porn or you like to fucking touch yourself? Like exactly. Retail's brilliant.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit, I'm drinking wine, like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. This is episode 59. 59? Yeah, I think so.
59?
59. We've done 59 of these
Fuck
bad
me.
boys. I was actually listening to the podcast that you were on, the fellas one, and they were like, we're on episode 58. And I said, flip, we've nearly done as much as them. But then we're doing this every week. Look, I think they are as well. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
We'll get straight into it. We've got a wee guest on today. Nico,
How are you?
thank you so much for coming on.
No worries.
Yeah, if you're living under a rock, you'll know who this. You'll not know who this guy is, but Nico, you do so much now. I think had a brief conversation at the door. You're Pride Pinion, YouTube. Obviously got the GodTier clothing stuff out now.
Yeah.
There's so much happening.
Fucking
Yeah.
madness.
Like, I suppose if anybody doesn't know who you are, sort of describe yourself.
I can't. I just can't. I'm just Nico. That's it. That's it.
Just Nico.
Just
Just
Nico.
Nico.
That's it. Like a lot of people ask, like, what do you do? I've no idea.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, we were in a meeting yesterday with the Belfast Chamber. By the way, they're absolute dicks. If you're watching.
Why is that?
Call them out.
Is that like Parliament?
No, it's like
That's,
entrepreneurs in Belfast,
Oh,
and they skipped my meeting. They intend to forget to invite me because I'm too forward for them, I think. But anyway, if you're watching, I told them that in their face yesterday as well. So fair enough. But like someone asked, "What do you do?" And it's like, actually, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, I just live.
But then if you were to rewind a few like years ago before like the YouTube stuff started, it would have been I own Pride Pinion, whereas now obviously that's changed in such a short space of time. Or would that
It would have been not I own Pride Pinion, I would have sold watches. I sell watches for a living.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And I think that would be the most accurate representation of what I do.
Yeah.
I sell watches.
Yeah.
You see, and that is the fucking best job in the world.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And next to that, I do mad other stuff, but that's aside.
I think we should probably just obviously you want to start off with the Pride Pinion.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to start off with this.
Yeah, so like how to get started with Pride Pinion. We had Chris Suter on as well, and was listening to your Best of Belfast podcast, and he was saying, like Chris was saying about you coming into the shop and all, and like when he was on our podcast, so sort of
talking shit about you, so he was.
I know,
we wanted to just sort of get your perspective.
I keep a close eye on him. Like, don't worry.
Yeah, we
worry.
wanted to sort of just get your perspective of how that went down. You know, like when you went into the shop and.
Very simple. I sold watches out of the boot of my car, and I walked into Chris's shop and I said, "I'm not fucking leaving until you're my friend." And that's it. That's literally the accurate representation. I opened an Instagram account struggled massively.
Yeah.
Couldn't sell a fucking watch, and like, to be fair, I'm a foreigner, and this is not my country. People didn't really know who I was. I sold watches out of the boot of my car, like Del Boy done right. You see what I mean? Like, would you fucking trust that? No chance. Yeah. And like, I walked into Chris and it's like, you know so many people, and I'm not fucking leaving here until you're my friend.
Whenever you say this is, I've heard you say this before, selling watch out the back of your car. Is that an expression in terms of like you sold watches just like that you got, or when you literally stand on the street with the boot of your car door?
Exactly.
Wow.
I had a suitcase, a wee belly case in the back of my car, and that's it. Couldn't even pay. I couldn't even afford the repayments of that fucking car.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fucking sell any watches. It was brutal. It was brutal. I was struggling massively.
Wow. Because you always see like whenever you say like sold watches out the boot of your car, I'm imagining like, you know, if you're driving down to like North Coast and you see like a trailer and someone's like potatoes for sale at a big like, cardboard sign 2 miles away, and I'm like, how's this got like Rolexes for sale up like on Town Avenue or something?
You know the looky man?
Yeah.
But they're expensive. You see what I mean?
Or were you walking up to people like, try this on?
That's like, literally that is an accurate representation. That's it. Selling watches out of the boot of my car. And after Chris was like, all right, who the fuck is this weirdo? I was like, I just walked into Chris's shop every day.
Yeah.
Without, like, literally every day.
Why, Chris? Why did you pick him?
Because he was at that moment popular in Belfast, and he actually seemed like a nice lad, and it turned out he was a very nice lad. Yeah. And then like a friendship really started there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to be around Chris, or around people that work their bollocks off. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Surround yourself. There's a rule in my life that I always surround myself with people that are better than me, or smarter than me, or work harder than me.
Yeah.
Because if you surround yourself with people that are less than me, I like to fucking shoot for the stars, if you know what I mean. And I can only do that by having someone looking at someone that is massively better than me.
Yeah.
Have you always been like that since you were young, having big dreams, or did you know you were going to make it this far?
I always had big dreams, but never had the courage. I always wanted to do what I do today, but I don't come from a background or a family where a Rolex was normal, so it would have been much harder. I've always fought the odds my entire life, basically. At school, never done well at school, not because I was stupid, but because I wasn't interested. So I always wanted to achieve something, but in this journey of life, I realized that you can only excel or only be good at something when you truly love it. And I think that is where the aim lives, or where the key lies. You need to, if you want to excel at something, you need to truly be obsessed with it. And that's two things in my life.
Would that be the secret of your success then, do you think? Or would you have one secret that you
I don't think there is a secret in success. I think it's just like you can be a non-talented footballer, but you still can become a footballer by putting in the hours. And putting in the courage, putting in the time. And the last 4 or 5 years, I've worked 18 hours a day, every single day for 7 days a week. And that led to health issues as well. Ended up in hospital very recent with a fucking heart attack and shit like that. But it is what it is. Yeah. Right? These are the consequences of my choices. And there's no secret. The secret is, there's literally no secret.
You said there, like, you came from a family that a Rolex really wasn't a thing. So, like, how did you actually get into the watches? Like, where did that come about?
As a young kid, being obsessed with the mechanics, being obsessed with something that is not electronic but still able to keep time, and then, like, the only class I was really good at was history, and I love stories, and watches carry stories beyond your imagination. Yeah. Without watches, without timekeeping devices, we wouldn't be able to fly an airplane today. We wouldn't be able to navigate today. The Mayas with the sun clocks, that is the shit I was into. You see what I mean? And 99% of the people don't give a shit, and that's fine. But like, that is what really got me my interest at a young age. Yeah.
I think now, like, looking, I was watching your latest video, and thinking about, well, there was two things about that. You were saying you were on your way to meet your like sister and stuff, but then obviously business sort of took over, and like then even at that you were on your way up to Dublin to like the whole investment thing for like you're wanting is it sort of pushing Pride and Pinion beyond what other people are doing? That's your main goal now.
My main goal is be market leader in 3.5 years.
Right.
Yeah, be the biggest in this side of Europe.
Right.
And with the plans, with the people, with the team, with everything that we have in place, there's absolutely no reason why we can't achieve that. Yeah.
You're already the biggest. Is it social media watch?
Yeah, we're the biggest social media platform in the watch world today.
That's crazy.
Which is fucking bonkers. I wouldn't even I can't even imagine.
Is OutsideIn yet?
No, it doesn't. I don't believe it. And we look at the numbers, and there's every day there's over 500,000 people watching or looking at my fucking face.
That's crazy.
500,000 people. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
You were saying you're really big in China as well.
Yeah, China, yeah.
That's mad, because like you go on and like you look at your YouTube and it's like fair enough, and then like you just walk in and it's like 1.5 on Billy, and I'm like, what's Billy?
It's madness. I didn't know about it either. Like, you see what I mean? So we have a team outside of the UK that all manages that in the US actually. So an agency. So it's actually quite class, to be fair. To be honest, that shit doesn't sink into me, and people walking on the street and people want to take photos, that shit just doesn't get normal. I really appreciate that, but I will refuse to say that there's fame or in any way, shape or form. Before lockdown, before the first lockdown, before COVID, no one knew who I was. Out of the lockdowns, and now a lot of people would know who I am. It's just weird. Was it
weird getting used to that, after lockdown, and how quickly you blew up, when you were going about and people asking you for photos and stuff? Was that hard to get used to?
No, I'm just fucking grateful, to be honest. I'm not in life in general, I'm not a very confident man. In business I am, but personally I am not, and that helps me boost my own confidence. And I'm insecure. I'm probably more insecure than the guy next door. You see what I mean? But so it's good for me. It makes me feel proud.
Yeah.
It makes me feel that I've finally achieved something. And I think that's the key. And I'm fucking grateful. And just friends of me, from back home and shit, make fun of me. But I love it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's because there was. I think a lot of people, especially over here, were aware of who you were and aware of Pride and Pinion and stuff. But then over lockdown, it kind of just seemed to be I knew whenever I seen the clips that you were doing on TikTok, I was like, that's Nico from Pride and Pinion. And then it just started to be you came up more often and more often. Now you are where I'm sure you're not stopping now, but it's mad. And a space you hear the likes of I think it was at KSI or something had said it took him ages to even get 15,000 subscribers, where now it's just you just rocket it off.
Listen, I have been very lucky. I'm not gonna lie. I've been given another chance in the watch world, because just before we started YouTube, I'm not a guy that quits, right? I would never quit. That would be the last thing I'll do. I'll die doing this, right? But I was this close on bankruptcy, and it would have not stopped me. But YouTube idea, that the idea from YouTube was on the table for probably about 3 months, and I just said, no, fuck that, no chance. How the fuck would that work? No chance. I didn't believe in it. So I'm just the funny realization of this story is that the one idea that thought that didn't work or wouldn't work, what I didn't believe in, was the idea that not just saved my business, saved me, and it gave me another chance in the industry. Now that is unbelievable.
Yeah, I suppose going into the YouTube now, you just blew up straight away, even on TikTok. It just seemed from the start he's got everything right, the thumbnails, the video, how much planning went into that just to get everything perfect before it started? Or
the planning, fortunately, is not with me. I have a great team that people don't really realize that, but there's a team of four full-time people only on YouTube side, and they do everything, right? I literally don't even the only thing I do I know when I need to film, I run in the studio, done, sit down, film, done, that's it. I don't know what the presentation is, don't know who it's about, don't do the thumbnails, don't do anything. That's how I like to keep it.
I think that's the point though, as to probably why you've done so well on that side, is because you see a lot of the videos where you're reacting to people wearing these watches, and like you would swear that before that you're going into it, like in my head I thought he's going into that and he's picked who he's going to target, whereas I would say probably that's why it's blown up so well, because your reaction is so authentically raw, where you've walked in and someone's went, here's what you're doing today, and you've literally clicked play and you've seen it for the first time. And
but in a world where authenticity is a rarity nowadays, I think that is something where people can thrive on. Authenticity is so important. Like, still today, I wouldn't have a fucking clue about YouTube, right? Stats and stuff. I'm not stupid, right? Like, I want this to go as long as it's possible, and I don't just want to be known as a guy that reacts to fucking watches. Who the fuck? That's a claim to fame. No, like we do way more than that. And with that said, authenticity is just, if I look on YouTube, a lot of people, there's no authenticity, and it's just either staged or whatever the fuck. Listen, that's not who I am. Back in the day, I would have covered up, or when I was younger, I would have covered up a lot of things, or I would have made things better, or tried to be someone who I'm not. And now it's just like, I'm a mad cunt in every way possible. I'm a mad cunt. Fact, right? The only difference is there's a camera now capturing it. Because I'm exactly the same person in the office. Like, exactly. And that is what it is.
But I think you were saying on the Fellas podcast that like you don't really know most of the ones that you react to. Like, you don't actually know the celebrities at all.
No, like, I mean, I live a bit underground. My life is watches and that's it. Yeah. Like, above, like, someone asked, actually my accountant there recently, a few days ago, because we had some meeting, blah blah, he says, Nico, you need to step out of this for a week, or do whatever you want. As I'm like, yeah, but I have nothing else to do, so like, what the fuck would I like? Yeah, but there's definitely something you'll like. No. It's like, this is not work, mate. I'm not working, I'm living. You see what I mean? This is what I want to do every single day for the rest of my life, and this is like, when I drop dead, the business is there, and then I'll leave that legacy, and fuck that. That is what I want, nothing else.
Obviously the authenticity is a big thing for you on the YouTube and the socials. Do you get much backlash from that? Like, people?
Oh yeah, but like, I'm zero fucks given. Like, like, come on, get me. Like,
is there anything that stands out for you?
No, like,
maybe you don't.
To be fair, you get a few threats from people and shit like that, but I'm not really. You come to Belfast, mate. I'll show you around. Don't you worry. You want to fight? Come on, mate. Fuck that. No bother. But listen, it is what it is. But like, these are again the consequences of my own actions. And you have to take them up like a man. And I get criticized a lot, but there's another point in that. If you're man enough to criticize, you need to be able to be man enough to handle the criticism as well. So I think it's just a game, if you know what I mean. And I just like to fucking face it head on, like.
So that's how you deal with it, more or less.
If there's a problem, we solve it right here, right now.
So if
my legal team is a bit different in that, but they're very smart, so very good.
You were saying there about like sort of like threats and stuff, but like we've also said before, like, being a watch salesman is quite dangerous at times.
Yes, yeah, it's very dangerous. People underestimate that, but has
there been any sort of situations you've got in that you've done?
Venezuela.
Is that the story? Because I was going to mention that in the Best of Belfast podcast, you said about getting chased and stuff.
Gone, like, being shot and stuff like that.
Seriously?
Like,
can you give us an example? Like, or?
People think I'm a watch, I sell watches, which is the reality. But certain watches, where the game that I play is dangerous, right? So that makes me actually quite safe in Belfast. But if I walk around in London, it's a different story, right? But like, if you're, I was on a holiday in Curaçao. Curaçao is a Dutch island. And because I was on the coast of Venezuela, and this was it was April, May, whenever it was actually, that was June. Let me check. It was June, I think, and that was just when the new Pepsi was introduced. New Pepsi on the Jubilee bracelet, unbelievable. And literally, I got four of those watches. One of the first ones to be able to have them in the UK, and I got them out of Venezuela, and I was chased by fucking terrorists, mate. Like gunshots and shit at the car. Like,
seriously?
This is carnage. Like, it's fucking carnage. At that moment, you're fucking scared. But like, if you want to have something that is like a piece of art or something that is that special, then you source that out of an area which is dangerous.
Were you on your own, like driving?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
people
I
are
wasn't
shooting
driving.
at you.
Like, I had a,
you had a driver.
There's a driver. Like, I wouldn't fucking know where to go. Like,
That would be the scariest experience. Because see, if someone started shooting at my car, like, I know I'm gonna bury this thing and fly away. But like, you've got a driver in the car, so what are you just yelling at him? Drive, and he's like, oh well, it's a 70. I need to do 70. You know what I mean?
There are situations you need to prepare for in the industry. Like, I mean, us watch dealers, we have been targeted by criminals daily. Like, no one knows where I live. Well, we're going to keep that way. And if you even try to come on my ground, you're fucked. Like, that's how security, like, my probably the most expensive part of my life is the security around my house and whatever, because that is like, not that, like, that's the funny bit. You can come to my house, but there's fucking nothing. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's absolutely nothing to steal other than my dogs, but I wouldn't want to steal them. They'll fucking bite your head off. You see what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you probably wouldn't be taking the stuff home with you anyway. Like, it's just like, why would you?
But watch dealers are being targeted in London, left, right, and centre. And there's, like, last week, like a good colleague of mine, his wife was kept hostage in the house, and he was absolutely battered to shit, mate. Like, we have a dangerous job, but it's part of it. There's a lot of perks with it, which is incredible. And again, these are the consequences of the choices I made. That means that if my partner will, like, she's in more risk than anyone else. But it is what it is. And like, as long as you just talk about that head on, and like I want her to stay off social media, and I don't want to be on her social media, and I don't, like, she's not going on my social media at all. Like, you see what I mean? It's to protect her. Like,
and is that fair? Is it ever, like, have you ever come to a point where it's put you off nearly?
No.
Want to quit?
No one will ever stop me from doing this. And you can put a gun against my head, and I will still not stop. I'll say, pull the trigger. I'll teach you how to do it.
Like, I'll sell you a watch after.
I'll sell you a watch after you buy it. You see what I mean? No, listen, friends of mine, and we're not talking about London, just Amsterdam, exactly the same. In many cities, but it is what it is. You learn how to deal with it. You're cautious to a certain level, and as long as you're just not fucking, like, you're doing mad shit. I don't.
But like, here's a question for you. Like, your most expensive watch that you've sold, does them deals go down in the likes of where you're based at now in Belfast, like in the shop, or is there times where you physically have to deliver?
That is a watch that I would travel to the other side of the world to persuade the seller to sell it to me, and let me handle the entire process of the procurement of that watch, and the acquisition, the procurement, and then in the end the placement of the watch in another collection or in a museum or whatever.
Yeah. In terms of, like, transporting the watches and stuff, like, obviously they're so expensive. Like is that done any differently than anything else? Like,
I mean, I need to take securities, and nowadays, because I'm in the public eye, people see me that I would have something, so there's danger. Again, prior to that, there was no difference. Prior to that, I just fucking rocked around with fucking 2 million worth of watches just
on the wrist.
Like, not just in fucking carry-on fucking luggage, but nowadays you can't do that anymore.
A bag for life. That is mad though. Like, and now is it different? Obviously, you see in your videos and stuff, like, your traveling seems to be like so, like, on, say, like a private jet type thing.
Yes,
that's mad.
Yes, that's mad. I never in my life thought that would be possible. Yeah. And I fucking enjoy it every time.
Yeah, that's mad.
Until I need to pay for it.
What way do your family react to all this?
My mum and dad had a lot of stress with me when I was younger. I took them through hell and back many times, and I wasn't doing well at school and shit like that. They're still very scared that something happens, because with me, you never know. So shit happens. You see what I mean? But they're proud. They're happy. They're more at ease. But I'm still their fucking son, and I'm still a lunatic. So, like, that's it. But, like, they deserve that peace. You see what I mean? And my dad is so extremely conservative, where he wouldn't spend a penny on himself. You see what I mean? And I was like, no, but this is for whenever something happens. I'm like, stop right there, right? It's like, now it's time for you to fucking spend money. You see what I mean? And just go fucking all ballistic. You've worked your entire life till you're fucking, I think he retired at 68. And so I'm like, and now you're fucking still not spending money. What the fuck? Do something that you want. Do something. Buy a new car, for fuck's sake. His car's 12 years old or something. There's nothing wrong with a 12-year-old car, but it's like...
But he's maybe got adjusted to that style of life where he doesn't know anything different now.
Yeah, exactly. And that is my... I see it now from a different perspective, saying, fuck it, maybe, like... This is maybe I'm forcing my lifestyle to him. You see what I mean?
But even at that, would you still be quite conservative with money in terms of, like, you obviously you can pay for what you can afford, but would you still be quite like, right now, no, I need to save a wee bit of that? Is it
conservative? Me, no. No.
Would that be a thing in the Netherlands, that people would be quite conservative, or what are the cultural
No, I think it's just my parents.
Are there many cultural differences from here?
No, absolutely not. No. It's just people are nicer here. Like, people are not up their arse. Like, so I love it here. Love it here. If I started my company in any other country, I would have failed. Like, genuinely, to give you an idea, one of my videos, I'm not sure which one, went viral on a Dutch forum, right? And biggest amount of negativity on that fucking video. That same video went viral in the UK, and the biggest amount of fucking positivity. And I mean, I literally, I showed this to a friend of mine, and I don't forget where I come from. Fair enough, right? But I showed this to a friend of mine. This is the Dutch. They're being cunts. This is the UK, British, Irish, whatever the fuck you want to identify yourself with. It's not my problem. It's yours. That video, and there's so much positivity there, and people love it. You see what I mean? It's just like, I don't like the Dutch attitude, if you know what I mean.
You're happy in Belfast now?
Oh man, fuck that. This is my place. This is where I will die. Done.
What is it about Belfast that just attracts you?
It's just Northern Ireland. The people, mate. The people. People don't like. The people are so much nicer here. Like, this country has had enough shit, and people are still like, you see what I mean? And the Netherlands is so perfect that there's nothing to improve. That's what they think. Yeah. And there's so much to improve here, so that means there's so many opportunities for.
It's funny because we had Jerry, the guy who owns Jawbox Gin, and he said that, and something that I didn't actually realise it until he said it, but he said, like, Belfast is a big place, but with such a small village, like, community, if you know what I mean. So no matter what you do or what you say, like, it is quite a big place, but everybody is so, like, tight knit. Everybody kind of knows what you're up to, and like, people say you probably step outside, like, you know, Pride Pinion's place, and it's like, there's Nico, or something along the lines that there. And especially with your videos and stuff, people in Northern Ireland are probably seeing it, and it kind of gives you. There's obviously the negative side to that too, but there's not. I don't feel like there's not as much, because a lot of people focus and dwell on the negative side more than the positive side.
Like, in our nature of human beings, we always highlight the negative, right? Fact. That's nothing towards Northern Ireland, nothing towards it. That's in our nature. Like, because if you're actually, I was thinking about this in the car, some dick pulled up in front of me. He's like, fuck's sake. Like, but before that, someone let me in, and I don't highlight that. You see what I mean? You're not saying, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see what I mean? So you think that is normal, but when someone pulls up in front of you, all of a sudden you highlight that. So I think that's in our human fucking DNA or something, that we're negative cunts. But regardless, I am just like, the people here are so much nicer. Yeah. Like, genuinely, I am so proud and so grateful that I live here, and that I've been able to have my roots now here, and now it's time for me to make an impact on the country as well, because this place has given me everything I have today. Now it's time to give back, and now it's time to push forward and try to add value, if you know what I mean, or add value, not try, add value.
You were over partying in London with the fellas there
Yeah,
recently.
yeah,
like, what was that like?
Yeah, that was like it was good crack. Like, it was good crack. They can't drink for fuck, but no, it was like it was good crack. Like, I mean, I was invited by Cal. He's a nice guy, absolute legend. Helps me out with a few. If I have questions with YouTube and stuff, he helps me out. He's always there. Loves watches as well, and like, I mean, it's madness to think about it.
Yeah.
But for me, Cal and KSI and whatever the fuck, they're not my heroes because I didn't even know who the fuck they were before I started YouTube. So I approached it differently. Cal is a fucking great lad. He's great fun, and like I'm very grateful to have him in my like, I will call him, I can call him a friend now. You see what I mean? I'm grateful for that. And the same with Calix, like fucking legends, like genuinely nice guys. But like a lot of people, how are they? It's like, I don't know, like. How, like,
I think if it was someone from our generation coming, you'd be all like starstruck.
But like,
you're approaching as a third person. Yeah,
because I didn't grow like I didn't like, I wasn't a fan because I didn't know what the fuck who they were. Like, you see what I mean? So I would have a more fucking normal approach. I think it's great. Like to be honest, what the Sidemen have done, they've changed YouTube forever. Let's call a spade. But now I can say that. A year ago I couldn't say that because I didn't even fucking know who they were. So
I would say though, the likes of Cal and stuff looks up to someone like you because he's doing his own shoes and stuff now.
Yeah.
So he's so he's probably looking at
Calix doesn't look up to me. He has his business in order, my friend. He is, by the way, that's one of the most genuine guys I've ever met. What a lovely guy. Like, we've been talking for a good bit of a couple of months, and seeing them there in London, and it was the greatest fun ever. Like,
I think the thing that I wasn't really that interested in them sort of a few years back. Well, whenever you were sort of climbing, it was at Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, Peter, what a legend as well. Like,
I followed Peter McKinnon for ages, like, because whenever I was younger, I was so into photography, and like, he was literally the person him and Casey Neistat, the two people that I watched all the time. Peter McKinnon was just like, that's class. And then I'd seen, like, when you go on yours, he's like, followed by Peter McKinnon. I'm like, what? That's mad.
The funny bit is, again, same story with the Sidemen, same story with the fellas. Like, I didn't know who Peter was or what the fuck he was doing. I got a DM from him once, and he's like, I love your videos. I'm like, nice. How are you? Like, genuinely, like, I can show it. Like, this is I've on barely signal here, but like, that's how it goes. Like, I was Lando Norris yesterday fucking followed me.
Seriously?
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, that's mad. Like, I genuinely, like,
what the fuck?
And I'm like, like, Lando, like, we made a video about the F1 drivers, right? And Lando Norris in every interview seems like a guy you want to go out with for a pint with, right? Yeah, that seems like the guy you want to take. You want to go. That's how I approach it. Am I an F1 fan? No chance. Do I watch it now because of Max? Yes. But am I a Max Verstappen fan? I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I hope he does it and makes history and makes the country proud, because the entire country of the Netherlands is watching Max. Yes, but I approach it differently. Like, he just seems like a fucking dead-on guy you can have an absolute belter of a session with.
Put that on the flip side as well. Like, you're saying, you know, are you interested in F1? No, but you're interested with him, so therefore you'll watch the F1.
Yes.
Like, the amount of people who now, I would say, did not give two flying shits about watches, and have now seen your stuff and went, watches are sick, like, and now really deeply invested in watches. Like does that ever register with you that, like?
Nah, like, very recently, because we started to get the name out of Pride Pinion, right? Fair enough. And to get some fucking get some traction and stuff like that, incredible. Now, we've done that, got the t-shirt, but now all of a sudden you start to wonder, where can we add value, and what can we do for the industry? Now, for me, I am just solely, I'm focused on that. Like, I want to make sure that there's another generation or a younger generation or a next generation approaches watches differently than the generations above me, because they're fucking snobby cunts, right? Like, snobby this, snobby that. That's why fucking that has got there, because it's something, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a watch that is worth 20 quid or a watch that's worth 100,000. It's what the watch tells you other than the time. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
What other thing is that watch telling you other than what time it is, right? And I think that is the most important thing, and that's what I tried to create. Take that snobbiness out of it. If you want to buy a watch at a fucking Rolex or a Rolex boutique, mate, they look you up and down. Go fuck yourself. This is for a younger generation, which makes way more money than the generation that I came from, which makes 10 times more money than the generation that is above me. This is for a younger generation where we want change, where we want to have. Want to be able to be ourselves and express ourselves in our way. You see what I mean? And not being looked up and down if I walk in a sweatshirt or a hoodie and I can still afford a fucking Rolex. You see what I mean?
Yeah. What sort of like advice would you give someone who like says our age and wants to get into watches and maybe doesn't have like the money to go and buy like a fucking Rolex? Like, where's a good place to get started? Like, anywhere?
Keep that money in your pocket until you can afford a watch. Don't go out and splash your money on Armani watches and shit. Don't do that. Like, that's like, maybe that's wrong. Maybe you should do that and realize that is wrong, right? You can only really you can learn from that, right? But I like to buy something that you can either trade up or at least retain a little bit of value. But if you love a watch, you need to buy the watch that you want.
You were giving Cal some abuse in his podcast about the watch he got. He was like 12 grand.
Yeah, it's fucking piece of shit. Yeah,
I completely forget the name of the brand. Hublot, yeah. You hate Hublot.
Oh, yeah,
but like,
fucking
it's
shit.
like you're telling him like that shit because of this, and like he's no idea. Like.
No,
but like now because of what like you're doing, like a lot of more people will know like what to look out for
Hublot
and
not
stuff.
wrote to you, be like, yo,
no, they haven't. They're still advertising for some reason on fucking Google AdSense and shit. It's mad. So like, I was expecting already a cease and desist letter. And like, genuinely, I have left the address in one of the videos. My address, I left it there for them. Still hasn't written anything. Fair enough.
So you're expecting this
listen,
guy.
kudos for that, right? Kudos for that. I appreciate that, but there's still shade.
Someone walking into your office just sits down in front of you. We need to have a discussion. You're like, the time has come. No, Hublot man is here.
The funny bit is my solicitors, they're always very cautious and stuff like that. So, but they're on the ball with it. We're prepared for it. If there's a cease and desist letter, we're completely prepared for it. And like, I kind of know how I'm saying it. You see what I mean? So legally, they have no. Like, there's still a magical thing in this world called the freedom of speech. And I like that.
Yeah. What do you think now of, obviously for people, watches are seen as kind of, you know, if you have a watch, it's a timepiece or something that's a special to you, but to other people it is an investment where now people are going out of their way to buy it to sell on.
Yeah.
Obviously your business probably needs people to sell. You need people to, but what is your opinion on that? Is someone walking in purely just to buy, to sell, like on a wait list for 5 years just to sell it on? I'm
very, very clear on that, right? There's Nico the collector, Nico the purist, and there's Nico the businessman. That's two different personalities. What I like, and in my opinion, is very clear. I fucking hate flippers, but we make money of it with the business, so we have to take it, right? Done. And there's nothing illegal there. It is what it is. Listen, without flippers, the industry wouldn't be what it is today either. So we can't ignore that. But I'm more of a purist, right? And listen, if people don't want to pay the retail, don't want to pay the market price, they don't get that watch. And then people complain. That's where I find the world going wrong, right? Complaining that they can't get a watch at retail or at the normal price. It's like, no, of course you can't. It's because you haven't spent 100 grand with your jewelers. Do you think that if you've spent if you like someone that has spent 100 grand a year with your jewelers, they get the cream, they get the fucking so start spending that 100 grand on your jewelers, and then maybe you get the cream. And if you can't afford that, fair enough, but then that market is closed for you. Don't be fucking being angry about it. Don't be pissed about it. Fuck it, it is what it is.
Yeah, because I know someone who was talking about, is it the Rolex, the Hulk?
Yeah.
and it's like they don't. I don't think they do them now.
No, they're
new?
gone. They're discontinued. Yeah,
But-
there's a new version of it.
Yeah, and the wait list for it's something like
Any Rolex,
8 years.
man's Rolex will have a waiting list from above a year.
yeah.
And at Daytona, say 12 years. It doesn't make any sense. Listen, you don't have to wait
Yeah.
to get a watch. If you want the watch, buy the fucking watch.
Yeah,
you see
for
what I
me.
mean? This is not something of our era of this time. Ferrari is doing this since the late 60s, mate. Like, this is not something new.
Yeah.
It's just like social media brings it up the radar more, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, you can't complain that you can't get a Rolex Daytona at retail if you haven't spent
Yeah.
a significant amount of money with your retailer. That's literally a person that likes to take the candy off the table all for himself. You need to give your jeweler some candy. You see what I mean? That's how it works.
I know what you were saying about like Hublot and stuff being bad, but like in terms of like good watch brands that are affordable, like, you know, the likes of people who want to go out and get like a good watch, like what sort of ones would you
Like
recommend? and stuff?
affordability is a term that is used differently for every single person and every single wallet, right?
Yeah.
But for a luxury watch, where luxury, the word says it all, it's a luxury.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be easy to obtain, right? If it's easy to obtain, it's not luxury,
Yeah.
and therefore, it's like, for me, it's not a luxury watch. For me, I like a watch where it's luxury for me because I look at it and I think, fuck me, I went through hell and back to get that watch, and every time I look at that watch, it will remind me of what I've done to achieve that. You see what I mean? So it's for every person different, but for the average scale, I think if you save up a year, you can buy a Tudor at $3,000, and I think you're fucking dead on there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What have you got on the day?
I've
Talk us through this.
Patek Philippe 5712, white gold, unbelievable Nautilus. Everyone goes for the. Oh, it's nice.
So much weight on it.
Aye,
You just
You'll
run
be
it off
running
and
out of room
down.
with that.
I can still run like.
And if you don't mind me asking, what does one of them cost?
I'm not sure what the retail price is of this, but like, this is new. This will be about 65,000. So it's really, really nice.
Lisa's face is like, holy fuck.
But it's
That's mad.
like, that is like, it's weird. Definitely in a world that I came from, saying that it's 65,000, like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that is a reality check for myself. That is a fuck ton of money. That's the
Yeah.
price of a house in Northern Ireland, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
you see what I mean? So
crazy,
it's really like, these, you get used to these numbers quite quickly, to be honest. But it's the key is there, making sure that you're still with your fucking both feet on the ground, because like 65 grand, mate, fuck me. I could have dreamed about that money 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I would have dreamed about that. And now you have that on my.
crazy.
Was there like a point in your career where you like, was there like a point where you're like, fuck, I've made it, or like you're like,
No, I still
Just
like,
like-
not today. No,
When will that point be?
I don't know if that point will ever come.
Always striving for more.
I don't know. It's not the point that I made it or whatever. No, I don't give a shit if I made it. I give a shit if I made an impact. If I have added value, if I've done something right where people are like, there's legacy levels. Like, I mean, money money comes and goes. You can make more of it, you can lose it. I've always chased money, and I always fucking failed. The moment I stopped fucking caring about money and stopped caring about chasing out and chasing to impress other people or whatever, like, whenever I stopped doing that, I became true to me and I became who I am now. It's just a journey that every human being, every person, every man, every woman will have to go through. And for me, it took a little bit longer, but like, there's not a I made it sequence. There's no fucking. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to make an impact and leave a legacy and share my passion and make other people more enthusiastic about what I do every single day.
Yeah.
Would you have any advice for maybe somebody listening who's thinking of starting up a business that is inspired by you? Would you have advice for them to start out, or?
No, I don't want to be an inspiration. I don't want to be the person that gives advice or whatever. Absolutely no chance. That would be ignorant for me to give someone advice, because I don't know. I wake up early, I go to bed extremely late, And in that time, I want to make sure that I make an impact. And if I don't know anything about business other than the hustle. And yes, we have an incredible business going on, but like I've specialists in every field. I have a COO, I have a CFO, I have a legal team. We've fucking all sorts of stuff going on. We've editors. Like, you see what I mean? Like, I just want something, and that's it. There's you grab a piece of paper, you grab a pen. This is where you want to go. This is where you are. How the fuck do you get there? That's it. It's that easy. Business is easy as fuck, right? It's easy as fuck as long as you put the time in, as long as you put the effort in, as long as you literally. In sports, it's called the 10,000 hour rule. That's it. But I don't want to fucking give any advice or inspirations or whatever the fuck. No. People that do that are ignorant. They are not busy enough with their own business, basically.
I think that's a problem now in social media and stuff, like all these big people coming on and acting as if they know everything and giving out advice and stuff.
Yeah, but that's their business. Yeah. You see what I mean? Yeah. So their own business is probably failing, and therefore they need to find a different way to generate money. Yeah. That's it. Their own business is probably failing. That's about it. Because if your business is so successful, you cannot spend. I can't spend another minute doing something else. I can't. Yeah. I just can't. I have no time for that.
Yeah. What does a day look like in terms of? It's completely different every single day. But whenever you're saying you're up early and you're in bed late, like, is it just a case of you're up at what time?
I would try to be out at 6, and I often fail because it's painful to wake up sometimes. Yeah. I try to be out
and even now after the health stuff.
Yes.
You still.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Were they not saying like it's time to take the foot off the gas? And you're like, no.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
There's a.
Fair enough.
Who said that? I think it was Diddy. Puff Daddy said that.
P. Diddy?
Yeah, you think can't stop, won't stop. Done. No. Like, what the fuck do I do? Stop living? Just like fucking do nothing. Sit in my fucking bed, lie in my bed, do nothing. No, mate. No, can't, won't.
So even you said there to me at the door on the way in, you're like, today's my day off, and obviously you're here doing this podcast, but what else would you be doing on your day off?
Like, day off for me is out of the office.
Yeah.
So I'm out of the office, but when I'm at home, I'm doing work. I am walking the dogs today, but my phone is still on. We're still doing business. The shop is open. After this, gonna have a look in the shop, see if I'm happy, and then this is my day off where I'm not massively under pressure, and that's my first day off in probably, I think the last one was September.
Jesus fuck.
Fair enough.
So that's it. And then it is what it is. Like, day off, not being extremely focused or extremely pushing yourself. Like, you see what I mean?
The most recent thing in business, I suppose, is your GodTier clothing.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
GodTier was the saying in one of the videos. It was the first tier list video, and people fucking loved it. Yeah. And
was that just something that came out? Was it like?
I just came out.
Just came out, yeah.
That's how we do. It just comes out. It just fucking happens.
Yeah. It's stuck.
It just stuck, and we made a brand of it. GodTier being God, the highest level, and tier being a level, and it's like done. And like, again, I don't really have time to do anything else than other than the entire business, basically. Yeah. But this is not part of the business, and like, I have a good team of people around me that manages that. Yeah. But therefore, I needed a partner on board with GodTier because I didn't have the time myself to do it all alone. So I'm very, very grateful that a good friend of mine wanted to help, and we like. We're partners in this. My COO, I gave him shares in it, so we're all doing this together. So it makes sure, so it avoids me going into, or it doesn't take any time away from our core, and that's the thing. Like, a proper businessman doesn't have fucking time to fucking fuck about.
Yeah, it seems to be a recurrent thing. Like, this whole episode, you're like, when you're doing something, it's like, get the best people in. And help you.
Yeah, because why would I tell a surgeon how to operate on a person?
Yeah.
or on me. The guy is specialised in that. You see what I mean? How the fuck would I know? You see, that's it. And the same as with finance, same as with operations, same as with fucking YouTube, same as with everything. I like...
When you're hiring people, what's that like? Are you quite, you know, you say you're quite an upfront and honest person.
Yeah.
So when it comes to hiring people, even managing people, there is that high level of expectation because it's a luxury company.
Yeah.
You're on the luxury business. So even when it comes to hiring people, even for YouTube, we were talking there about the GodTier, and there's so much went into it, not just
Yeah,
a
like
case of
I
ordering
went
a
into
t-shirt.
extreme detail,
Yeah.
So that's mad.
When hiring people, is it even for YouTube or whatever you're involved in, is there a strict, you know, you're looking for a certain type of person? Or
No, it's gut feeling. It's gut feeling.
Yeah.
You know, someone doesn't need to know everything as long as they have the drive and the passion to learn. You see what I mean? To do it, right? Because, like, what the fuck do I know? A lot of things I don't even know about. So it's not the fact that you don't know, it's the fact that you want to know. Right?
Yeah.
So that's where the key lies. And my team and the team I have around me, they Stephen, my COO, he just got a kid 6 weeks ago. Do you think he took a day off? Do you no chance?
Yeah.
Do you think I wanted him to take a day off? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's passion. You see what I mean? It's passion. This is what we do. And we don't want to do anything else for the rest of our lives. This is the last thing I'll do until I die. You see what I mean? So we need to do this right, and then that's as well the message in within our team and with the backbone of our business. Timmy, fucking legend. Like, he didn't know anything. He knew fuck all about watches. But it was not about his knowledge about watches. It was his drive, his passion, his willingness to learn, wanting to be a part of this. That's where the key lies. It's not about qualifications and what you've learned on school, yes or no. I don't give a shit. As long as you have that fucking attitude that you want to take over.
Yeah.
Done. That's it. That's 80% of the battle.
Yeah.
That's one thing my boss said to me when I started with him recently. Like, he was like, you can teach people anything, like, you can learn. Like, he's like, as long as you're willing to do the work and work hard, it doesn't matter. Like.
No, for me it is. That's how I got where I am today. It's just, I wanted this so bad, and I've risked my entire life on it, and that's it.
When it comes to the GodTier stuff as well, there was obviously that you started the YouTube as Pride Pinion,
Yes.
and then it became Nico, it became you. Was there that sort of need to distinguish the two?
We have had many conversations and thoughts about it, because it had to be. It had to be, because I want to build a luxury brand, right? So I want to be able to facilitate every part of society, right? Every part. So if my business and Pride Pinion on the thing is constantly saying fuck this, fuck that, that's who I am. But that is not an accurate representation of my business. Right? We sell the most expensive watches in the world, or we're fucking selling £1,000. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people will be offended. So to make that difference, to have me have the name changed and making sure that's more a personal thing rather than Pride Pinion, it was a great move, because if you go on the Pride Pinion page, also on Instagram, everything is perfect. The photos are perfect. The text is perfect. It's all about education. But I wanted to create this contrast of madness and education, right? Extreme madness from one end to the extreme other end is extreme luxury, but still being co-ended. And that's what the idea was, and I think we've very much succeeded in that.
Yeah, but the main thing is obviously you're the person who's involved in it, even with the GodTier clothing. Like, explain a bit about that, because that's we're not just ordering t-shirts here from China.
It's always about the question. This is a question I ask myself every morning. I want to add value to 3 people's lives a day, right? This can be being nice, being smiling, or saying something nice, or it's not about money. It's got nothing to do with money. And that's how I do it. That's how I go about in life, right? Now, I can make a t-shirt like everyone else. I can make a hoodie like everyone else. But I want to do it right? So I want to do it my way, and I am obsessed with quality, right? That's my obsession. It needs to be like, you do things right or you don't. If you do things half, fuck off, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't just exist. That's why I work. That's why I'm actually not very efficient, and that's why, unfortunately, I have to work 18, 19 hours a day, because I just my level of acceptance is just significantly like lower than like I expect so much more, and that's what my clients in the business and Pride Pinion. That's what I want. Like I want them to feel they've never seen this before. Right. Mm-hmm. So I was in Spain not too long ago, and I got a new phone, and I opened the box, and I was like, you know that joy when you open a box of a phone, you get your new phone. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I wanted to create with watches. Yeah. That's what I wanted to create with clothing. Right. But not just the packaging, also the phone. The phone is fucking class, right? Yeah. It was good. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put my name GodTier on a t-shirt that you can buy from fucking China, or am I going to do this responsible, right? With like responsible sourced cotton, vegan, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a vegan, but like
sustainable.
That was the word I was looking for. Sustainable materials. That was key. Sustainability, right? Being able to add value. Where can we add value? We can be sustainable instead of buying everything from China. So we have several places where we source the materials, but the finish and everything is done in Derry, where funny enough, that's where the cotton trade in Northern Ireland. Like I wanted to have, the puzzle was just there, if you know what I mean. I was like, that is what we need to do.
Is that why you put it there?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So it was just, like for me, like that's where the big trade of cotton was in Northern Ireland.
You're bringing it back?
Yeah, and I'm bringing that back. And like it's how we can add value, and that's why in the labels, as funny enough, in the labels it doesn't say Derry, the label says Belfast, because like our business is 95% fucking outside of Northern Ireland, right? But for me, being able to do something back, having the name Belfast somewhere was massively important, right? So just put it out. And for me, I'm just proud of that, and that's where I come from. This is me. This is personally from me. You see what I mean? And then this is the brand itself. Like this hoodie weighs half a kilo. Fuck. There's a woman here, so I'm not taking it off, otherwise she'll fall in love with me. But like genuinely, like this is half a kilo. Yeah. This is 500 grams. Yeah. Like feel it.
Yeah, it's good quality. Like you can feel. Like that's one thing I noticed. Like with buying clothes and stuff is like the quality.
This hoodie will be fucking there in fucking 5-6 years. You're still fucking being able to wear that. That is quality for me, right? So the box, the presentation, the materials, it needs to be fucking top notch.
You said you had your own scent.
Awesome.
Yes, we actually produced a for people that have bought it, right? They actually know, because a lot of people tagged us like, what is this smell? What is this? Like, genuinely, check the GodTier. I have no signal in this fucking place, mate. Sort that out, will you, for fuck's sake? Like,
what is it you wanting I can bring up?
So, people are like, where is it? I love the smell of new clothes. Some other people are like, what is this smell? I got DMs about that. Yeah.
It's like me.
Like it's me, mate. I just farted, mate.
Just bathed in the clothes.
But we like to the smallest detail, and that's like,
it's amazing it doesn't go unnoticed.
No, like I was afraid of that, because in the beginning when we launched, it's expensive and blah blah. It's like, expensive what? You know what would it be expensive? Me selling you a £20 t-shirt. That would have been expensive, because that t-shirt would have been worth fucking £2. Yeah. You see what I mean? And our margin would have been significantly higher. Yeah. But it's not about the fucking margin. I don't make money with I make money with fucking watches. Yeah. You see what I mean? That's our core business. Yeah. And being able to fucking build up a brand now and make it my goal is with the brand. Actually, my goal was with the brand, build up this brand, make it a self-sustainable brand that doesn't need a YouTube channel. It goes itself. We then sell the brand on with the same integrity, same move. So we then put that money into the business, so we can then push our business forward. Now, that's not needed at this point anymore. But that was the whole idea behind it. And it took us about 8 months to develop. Yeah.
But the whole thing is always going to be like, what can we do to make like the watch brand and like Pride?
Yeah,
it grow,
that's everything. Everything I do in life is about Pride and everything is about how can we bring Pride and Pinion to the top. Now, I can now let go because of recent changes or changes that are going to happen very soon, which means that we can now do different stuff with GodTier and keep it more in house rather than maybe move it on, and that's I think the key. And I'd rather fucking keep it anyway.
Why Pride and Pinion? Why the name?
Because it's got to do with pride. An opinion is a part of a watch, part of a movement, right? And it's based on my two favorite brands. The Crown is based on Rolex, but like Philippe is.
Did you have to think about it, or
no?
It
was. I had many marketing agencies back in the day. I couldn't afford fucking 500 quid for it, like. But and it was one guy in Belfast just mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Stuck.
and it was stuck in my head, and it's like done.
Yeah.
Fuck it, done. And no, I can't take that credit. Like.
Yeah.
So when's the
Chris, thank you very much.
when GodTier wise you sold out within 20 hours?
Yes.
Bang, gone. What's next now?
Yeah. Next
for
there's
GodTier?
another drop before Christmas, and then we're going back to the drawing table, because then we've done that. We've then properly launched that brand. Now I want to do some other mad stuff. I may want to redesign the logo, may want to introduce some other stuff. I have some stuff in my mind that I want to do, but we got an interest from a big clothing brand that wants to support us with the design of it, and even do a collaboration probably. And this is big, mate. This is not a brand that's done this really before, like, and we all know what it is, but I'm not saying nothing. So you would know if you see it, it's like, how the fuck is that even possible? It's like, exactly.
Will it always be clothing?
Yeah, GodTier is my passion of the name itself, and that will be clothing. So that's it. Yeah. Now Casio reached out and make a GodTier strap, which is, etc. would be cool. We're gonna do something mad with that as well. So stay tuned. But like what we do now is based on, we're building up a soul brand.
You said in that recent video you were on with Casio and it was 10,000 watches.
Yes.
Over, it's just giving them away.
Yeah.
How's that gonna?
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but it's just like, there's 10,000 watches. Have fun, basically, and I want to go through cities in America. I will be in America for a couple of weeks, from January onwards. I'm actually in there for business on the 20th of December, but there's a lot of business that we're gonna do, and we're just gonna fucking have fun, because the YouTube channel started to save the business. Now the YouTube channel we proceeded with it because we have fun with it.
Yeah.
So the word fun is the most important thing. So we need to have fun. As long as we have fun, we keep doing what we're doing. And I want to have fun, fucking giving away watches, doing all mad shit. Like, that's it.
That's class.
Having fun above anything else. How incredible is that?
Yeah.
Could see you becoming like a Mr. Beast character on YouTube.
No, I like Mr.
Giving
Beast
away.
is like
He's
Small.
He is
that
GodTier.
YouTube business is so versatile, mate.
Yeah.
It's insane, and fair fucking play to what
See,
Mr. Beast
that
has done. Like,
Squid Games video, he done got like 5 million views in like 20 minutes or something.
Aye.
Something mad, like.
Like, it's scary. Like, I mean, for me, like I like to look at it. Like, I look in a mirror and I don't see a YouTuber. I just see a guy that sells watches.
Yeah.
So, am I a YouTuber? No. Am I on YouTube? Yes. For as long as we have fun, and as soon as the fun factor is
Dries
gone
up.
of YouTube, I'll pull the plug instantly.
Would you ever get involved in I know you've been on podcasts, obviously you're here, and then you've been on other podcasts as well, but like
This is my third ever podcast. Like,
Seriously?
yeah, my third ever. Yeah. So.
Privileged.
No, yeah,
So
you,
we are.
Three
like,
times a charm.
I made a promise, for fuck's sake, and I need to keep my promise. But
Yeah.
no,
Would you ever do like the actual, like I know you say you're not big sort of like and awestruck off them, but like the Sidemen videos where they're doing like the Tinder and stuff, would you ever just hop on one of them?
oh yeah, dead on, mate.
Yeah.
Because that's fun.
Yeah.
That is fun. Being so fucking mad, brutally honest, and doing shit. That is the funniest
Yeah.
thing ever. Like,
Yeah.
like just being fucking mad honest.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fucking belter, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Oh man, like because like genuinely there is no filter, so there's like
Yeah.
fuck it, zero
Yeah.
fucks given, mate.
But they're doing like they've opened up their own chicken shop.
Chicken shop,
Chicken shop.
Sides, you call it. They're doing like food and all now.
fuck me, boy. Didn't know
It's
that.
just non-stop. So like,
But that is incredible.
He sent me it the other day, and I was like, I pretty much think anything they would do would just the following they've had would just do well.
There was a YouTuber from London. He does something with cars. He was saying this to me. Yeah, you need to squeeze as much out of your fucking followers as possible. And I literally ended the conversation right there. Shook his hand and walked off.
Who was that?
I'm not gonna say who it was, but it was like, are you absolutely fucking kidding me? Is that what really the like? Fuck off!
Yeah.
Like that was just brutal.
Not authentic.
That is like fuck off.
Yeah.
Like my followers and the people that watch my videos are the reason why I'm in this fucking chair or in any chair or I can do what I do every single day. Squeeze the fuck out. He needs to be fucking squeezed. You see what I mean? That fucking ballback needs to be squeezed. He's lucky that I don't even name his name. That's why he's lucky about. Because it would be fucked instantly. Like. I'm coming for it. No.
It is funny though because we've had a pile of people on here, and like if they say something along the lines of like, and I was experiencing this, and we were just like, oh, call them out to the camera. You're straight on. You're like Belfast Chambers of Commerce. I'm coming for you.
Fucking cunts. Pretentious bricks. I'm standing up for a new entrepreneurial landscape in Northern Ireland. You guys are dicks. It should all be fucking wiped out. Dumb. No, genuinely, like some of the guys are actually quite nice. Not the woman. No.
He's
There
a
was
good
one
admin.
woman. She's actually, Martina's quite nice, to be fair. She's lovely. But like genuinely, that place needs a fucking kick. Like,
Time for a new era.
fuck me.
Yeah.
That needs a like. This is like now with me. There's a new generation of entrepreneurs standing up, and they take no shit.
Yeah.
but even like Chris, does Chris not do stuff for them? Was he
Chris
not a big enough part?
Chris is doing Chris, mate. He is doing a Chrissy, like he is. Now for me, like you know what, right? Northern Ireland, there's so many possibilities because of stuff like this. What I said, because they're so backwards. Everything is so backwards in Northern Ireland,
absolutely.
meaning that there's so many opportunities to excel and be better and improve.
Yeah.
There's so much to improve. So it's just exciting. But the politics in Northern Ireland, and I'm not talking about the politics inside of politics, but the fucking politics in media, the politics in the entrepreneurial landscape here in Northern Ireland. Mate, they're a shambles. They're a fucking shambles. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
But like, you know, this invest in eye bollocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So they help out this and do that. Fuck off, they help nothing. they fucking wasted fucking months of time. If I can recoup the money that I've put in, like in staff, recoup that money, I would be ridiculously like. It would have probably cost me in staff cost about $7,000 to get $1,000 for what? Fuck off, invest in I. Get your fucking shit in order. Who's next? Like genuinely, the loopholes that they try to avoid. So invest in I tries the investment and helps startups and whatever. Here's a hair gel. We're investing $150,000 in that. Blah blah blah. 6 months later, hair gel is gone, and magically the fucking limited company is closed. Huh? Exactly. That's how it works. It's fucking shambles. It's unbelievable. And then a real business that like us, where we have a backbone, where we fucking like we have assets and whatever, and we tried to get some help with, I think it was with the YouTube channel in the beginning when we wanted another editor or something, and we couldn't afford it. Invest in I had us jump through hoops, mate. You have no idea. And then in the end, we pulled out because it was like, it took us like fucking, like I said, months and months of work of 2 full-time people, and then legal this and legal that. The legal document was more expensive than a fucking grand. like I'm telling you from the get-go. Disclaimer: this is my opinion.
right? Invest in I is a fraud, right? A disclaimer, it's my opinion. I'm not saying it is. I think, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a joke, mate. It's just to cover up things here. And I'm just happy to open it all up because I have zero.
Shaking
Like,
up
but
Belfast.
like people need to know that as
Yeah.
well. But like I said, there's a new young entrepreneurs, like and yeah, the old generation, the older stamp, the older crew. Yeah,
Don't even know when to step down.
the
The time has come.
Shops in Belfast, though, like not even shops in Belfast, shops in general. Do you think physical shops still need to?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because a lot of people would
Retail
say,
is
you know,
best, mate.
yeah.
I think especially with your business, it's like the experience.
Not just
Part of
compared
the
with
experience.
porn. Do you
say
rather
porn?
watch porn or do you rather watch porn, or you like to fucking touch yourself? Like exactly. Rito's brilliant. Rito is brilliant, mate.
Yeah, you caught Shay off guard there. Did you just say what I think you just said?
You know I do porn.
Like, I mean,
I'm just confused how we went from invest in I to porn now.
they're both a shambles, mate. They're both shambles. No, mate. Like genuinely, fucking Belfast. Like Belfast can go places, mate.
Yeah.
Belfast, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm so proud to live here. But the entrepreneurial landscape and the media landscape, like what we've done in the industry, no one has ever done that before.
Yeah.
In our industry, no one has. Do you think that a media outlet or a newspaper want to spend 1 minute of attention to that?
No.
No chance. No chance. No chance. Or do you go in? Like, I refuse these business awards because I think they're fucking shambles as well. And so because like I just don't do it. Like, tell me that. Give me, like, this is true, right? Someone that defrauded the government, tax fraud, went to jail, right? Went to jail, bro.
For
like,
figuring out the government.
For fucking out the government, tax fraud and everything. Businessman of the year. Like, genuinely.
Seriously?
Like, are you out of your mind? Like, he became businessman of the year. It's like, how the fuck do people give a podium to that shit? You see what I mean? Like genuinely, mate. I'll show you
recently,
articles,
like, was it?
This was this year.
What?
The guy fucking was in jail in jail, mate. Fucking everything taken off and fucking defrauded, tax this, done that. Fucked over a person that I know by chance as well. By no. And it gets businessman of the year. Get the fuck, mate. This is a joke. Like, you see what I mean? There's so much to improve, and I'm gonna, like, this is one of my things where I think I'm gonna add value is just fucking wipe out this whole fucking bullshit. Everything seems to be for sale in Northern Ireland. And this is not the political landscape, but this is the politics that goes into the fucking, you see what I mean? Into this wee country, which I am extremely proud of, but we have to change a lot of things here. And I need a bit of help with that. So who wants to help me? Right?
Join the
Comment below.
Did you not notice? Like, about
didn't
that
know that,
fucking
no.
tax
I
fraud?
genuinely
This is
didn't
a
know.
fucking, this is a
Then
belter,
this
boy.
You see these things, you just scroll past them because you think, oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I see that on the internet, I'd be like, oh no, that's probably just some clickbait or something.
No, genuinely. Like, I'll after this podcast, because I'm not gonna name names, but after this podcast, I'll show you the fucking court case as well for the crack. Like, I mean, like, we were talking about this, but Chris and myself were talking about this. Here, you see, we're like, the tax that we pay is made. It's scary, right? And this guy fucking goes above and beyond to avoid tax, goes to jail, and then wins fucking businessman of the year. It's a joke, boy. It's a joke.
But do you think that's to do with the whole authenticity thing that we were talking about, like, full circle at the start of this?
People are too gullible in this country, mate. People are way too gullible. First of all, they trusted me when I was a foreigner, like, selling watches out of my car. Nothing against foreigners. Like, I mean, I'm a foreigner. You call someone the way they are. Like, I wasn't from here, and people just trusted in me, which I'm extremely grateful for. But can you imagine me having bad intentions?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
People are so gullible here that it's fucking scary. Like, and then all these people that fucking talk about, oh, this is great and blah blah blah. Go fuck yourself, mate. You know nothing.
Yeah.
Like if you were like, you know nothing, mate. Fuck that. Go raise your kids. Leave me alone. But like, if you are so busy talking about how good you are and how much you're gonna help people and blah blah blah, mate, you have too much time on your hands because you're not running your business properly. So that's it. This then becomes their business. You see what I mean? That's the trick. That's where they try to lure you in. And in America and in other countries, this is already known. People like that are actually the scum of the earth. So that's why you would see, and how do you call that fucking guy?
Gary Vee?
No, Gary Vee. Gary Vee is like he's different because he's more reality. He recently tried to sell a course anyway, and he got a backlash of that. But what do you call your man Grant Cardone? The amount of people that hate that fucking ballback in America, the people already hate these type of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the thing about here too. It's like we're a couple of steps behind other countries in terms of how we develop.
Oh, exactly. So in a couple of years,
it's so obvious. You just look at other countries and then.
Aye. Yeah. So like in America, these people like they're fucking hated. Like I mean, some of them actually got fucking nearly killed and shit like that because they take money of hard-earned people that have a dream and think that is the way to finally get success, and then realize it's not, and then go off and above and beyond to chase these people up. Which, by the way, I don't condone any violence. I want to say something funny, but I genuinely don't. But like, it's just like they're actually frauds in every way possible, if you know what I mean. And that's sad. But like in a couple of years, you will see that these people will be making fun of here as well, and they should. But these people don't realize that what they've done on the internet will stay for the rest of their life on the internet. Can you imagine? And then in 10, 15 years time when your kids are grown up and that's your dad? Fuck me, your dad makes TikToks? Fuck me, boy. You see? Like, it's fucked, boy. And like, I mean, it's all fucking short-term thoughts, and they're not thinking about the consequences of their actions. So I just made them aware of it. I hope. We'll make sure that the people that actually do this shit will get to see this. We'll see this.
We're coming for you. I think, the sort of the way we kind of want to leave it is, obviously at the end of the video you talked about what your next plans are for sort of Pride and Pinion. So obviously when all this is centered, it's Pride and Pinion's the main thing. So in the next while, where's Pride and Pinion going from where it is now to?
We're getting we're on the point of signing a deal, which I release a little bit of equity, a little bit. So I'm not like, it's not even worth mentioning the amount, if you know what I mean. But we get a backbone and a financial institution behind us, which will allow us to really take over. Which means that in 3.5 years, 4 years time, I want to surpass Watchfinder. I want to be the biggest in the industry in this side of Europe. That's it. And with that, I want to share the passion. I want to keep doing what I do every single day and make an impact on the industry. Share our passion, share the love for what we do every single day, and really, really do it the right way and not the corporate way. Okay. And there's things that we have to do corporate, but but like how certain businesses are ran, mate, it's lacking personality. And what we do every single day is, it's the best job in the world. Let me tell you. And like, this is my ambition. This is what we're gonna do. This is the plans. Everything seems to add up. Everything is good. During this journey towards that goal, there will be roads where we have to take a side step or we have to do something else, and we'll figure that out down the line. But I have worked the last 4.5 years, nearly 5 years, I've given up my entire life to get to the point where we are right now, to now really start. Now we can make a difference. Now we can make a change. Now we can actually make an impact and add value, not just to people, but also to a complete industry. And then because it's the 10,000 hour rule. If you do this, if you do not, it's not manifesting and bollocks. Like, it's just fucking getting it done. It's like, fucking hell, stop fucking like, oh, I want to be successful like you. Yeah, but you don't want to fucking wake up at that time, do you? No, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this right. And during that journey, we're gonna come and we're gonna fail, and I'm gonna fucking love my bollocks off, and you know what? We're gonna have fun above anything anything else, and then we're going to center everything around everything in Belfast, and we will be able to be the biggest in the side of Europe and be based in Northern Ireland. That's what we're going to do.
And you heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, anyone here?
I've never really outspoken that, like, funny enough, but like that is now that's we have the eye is on the prize, like.
Yeah.
But we are a part of this generation where it's like you can do that if you just work for it. If you have a goal, just go for it and do it.
Stop wasting your money on stupid fucking courses.
Yeah.
Start fucking putting that money on yourself.
Yeah.
And start value your time.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Money you can always get back. Time you don't. So you better fucking work your fucking bollocks off.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
That's very potent.
I need a piss.
So you might want to
thank you so much for coming on. Really
no
appreciate
worries.
it.
I'll send you the invoice later.
No problem. We will avoid it at all costs.
No worries.
All right.